Look at this. This is a Squier Standard Series. Really pretty color, isn't it? I gotta take this tuner off of it. Double humbuckers. I paid 80 bucks for it. I thought it was a reasonable deal because, like I've said in other videos, people have been asking a lot of money for their used gear. And the reason why I really wanted this is because of the color and because I have a green Squier Standard Series over here that I thought that these would just go really well together. And I really like this green one, but there are some differences between this green one and this purple one. Okay, I was expecting to get basically this guitar in a different color with a rosewood board, but it's different. It's not completely the same. The green one, which I really like, is made in Indonesia. It's really heavy. Okay, it has a skunk stripe on it, and I'm not going to get into the fine details just yet. But this one's made in Indonesia, and this one's made in China. And I wouldn't say I'm like disappointed because I did only pay 80 bucks for it, but I feel like that this made in Indonesia one is a lot better than this one. This one just feels better. It just feels different at the neck. It's just slightly different profiles on the neck. This one just doesn't feel quite right. The frets on the made in Indonesia one, the green one, seem to be bigger and chunkier. These are thinner on this Squier Standard Series. So even though they're both Squier Standard Series and they're from around the same era, I think the guy said that this was in 1998. I'm not quite sure about this one, but I think that they're around from the same era. But you can definitely tell differences on these. I was looking really close at them this morning, and on this one that's made in China, if you look at there, it looks like that there's different pieces of wood on this headstock. Like it might have been made from different pieces of wood. There's a very faint line on there, if you really can see it. But this one, you don't see that. Looks like it was one piece of wood on this one. And I just really analyzed the differences between these. Let's see. I couldn't quite put my finger on what was exactly different about them. The shape of the neck and the size of the frets is the biggest thing. Let's see. The body on this Indonesian one, I think, is 2 millimeters thicker. Okay, than this one. Let's see. What was the other thing I found? Oh, when you look at the pickguard on this one, it's nice and smooth. See how like the edges, like on the black, where it's like a double ply? It's nice, it's smooth, you know. You look at the purple one, you see how it's kind of like jagged in there? So, yeah, you see that? You see how it's kind of more jagged? And it looks like it's sloppier cut, like right here. You can see that where that's kind of jagged. This one sounds good, and it's not quite fair to compare these ones apples to apples when it comes to the sound and the playability. I mean, because different players prefer different things. I feel like that the green one feels a lot better to me. This one feels kind of like the same. They are the same width on the neck. Like the specs are pretty damn close. They're like identical. I'd say that like the thickness up here and the thickness of the 12th fret, they're definitely identical, but the shape of the necks must be different. This one just seems a little bit more like rounder, whereas this one just seems kind of like really flat at the top. and then it's just different shaped necks. I prefer the Indonesian one. Now, if you notice, the Indonesian one has a skunk stripe. This one does not have a skunk stripe. But I'm going to be playing with the purple one today, just because I haven't really shot any videos with it. I did record a little bit with this. This guitar does, this purple one made in China, seems like it has more problems staying in tune. You know, another thing is that this one has the whammy on it, and I like the way the whammy's set up on this one. I didn't really mess with it, but it seems like really, like you could get really good sounds out of it, like more, it's easy to sound good, but it goes out of tune quicker. So it's kind of a balance. Now, if you notice the difference on of the tuners, slightly different. You see that? Different tuners. Looks like where the truss rod comes in. This one is different. I mean, I'm just fascinated that you can spend 80 bucks and you can buy a guitar that pretty much plays, and you can do whatever you want. Now, another Squier I have is this Affinity Series. Now, this one is really light compared to those. Now, the Affinities had a lot thinner bodies than the Standards. I'll show you, I'll compare it with, didn't really quite take the measurements on them, but they're known for having thinner bodies. You see those? This one's thinner, a lot thinner. This one's a lot lighter. This Squier is an exceptionally heavy guitar. This one is an exceptionally light guitar. Now, the Affinity Series, there's only a single ply pickguard, which is how they originally came in the 50s, so it's not doesn't really mean it's junkier, although I guess you could say it's junkier because maybe if you wanted a double ply guard. I imagine it's cheaper to make this. It doesn't really bother me. This guitar, I really like the way it plays unplugged, but I hated the way it sounded plugged in for like heavy distorted or heavy bluesy distorted guitar tones. And so when I noticed I had a pickup laying around, I have a lot of guitars that could use upgraded pickups. Like I have a 76 that has a set of really cheapy, crappy pickups in it, but the 76 still sounds good plugged in with those crappy pickups. And I had to have a debate on what guitar to put it in, and this one just needed it the most. It just didn't sound good at all. And but I don't really think the pickups were that bad. I just think that the guitar just needed it more when it was plugged in. Yeah, this is pretty thin. It's just a really thin body. Let's see if these. Yeah, this. It doesn't seem to have the lines like the other ones. I don't know if it means it was made if that purple one was made from more than one piece, but it doesn't have those lines in it. But this one just seems less finished, less gloss. Affinity is like one step above the Squier Bullet, which is like the cheapest, crappiest Squier you can get. Although I had a Bullet Telecaster that played great. I sold it. There's a video of me playing it. It's like my most famous video. And that Bullet was a Bullet Telecaster. That was pretty nice. So this Affinity has kind of thinner frets on there. It's not bad. I think it sounds pretty good with the Seymour Duncan pickup I put in there. This is actually a bridge Seymour Duncan. I wanted to hear what it would sound like in the neck, and it seems like I'm getting this weird kind of phasey thing going on when I put it in this position, now that it has a humbucker in there, which I think is kind of nice. I don't know if it would be, I don't really know how much of a difference there is between like a bridge Seymour Duncan and a neck one, but I wanted to put a bridge pickup in here just to hear what it sounded like, and because I most of my guitar playing, I do like to use the neck. It's only recently I've really started using the bridge pickup, in which I think it sounds really good for like really hard rock, like shredding stuff. But I always felt like I just like that really chunky, full sounding of the neck pickup. So I decided to upgrade the neck pickup since that's my go-to pickup.